little chat here. We are so excited to have you on, and we just wanted to talk to you a little bit about your experience with horses.
Awesome. Well, I had horses in my life as a teenager, and then I spent about 20 years away from horses until my husband one day said to me, "Why aren't you doing this thing that you love?" Little did I know, signing up for 4 lessons would change my life. At the end of my 4th lesson, my coach asked me, "Are you going to renew? Are you going to keep riding?" And I said, "Well, I'm never leaving." So I've actually been a part of A&T for the last 14 years, and it literally changed the trajectory of my whole life.
So when you say it changed the trajectory of your life, can you expand on that a little bit more?
I can. Not only do I now have 2 horses, not just 1 horse, because I'm now graduated to a horse crazy person. But
wait a minute, welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club. We'll get jackets.
It's amazing. But I left a 31-year restaurant career to come manage over here at A&T. But on top of that, not just like the physical where I am, but it's just, I was something I really wanted children in my life, and I didn't have that gift. And I didn't know I was sad until I wasn't sad anymore. And horses really, just them coming back to my life helped to heal my heart, and I wasn't crying anymore. So that was definitely a plus.
When you talk about healing your heart, can you maybe give us an idea of how they healed your heart, like what they brought into your heart space that allowed the past to mend?
Yeah.
So you move forward.
Well, even as a teenager, I grew up as Cinderella. I was treated really badly. I wasn't allowed anything for myself, but my sister loved horses and she loved me. So because she made a way that horses could be in my life because of her. So horses actually, just by their being and by being around me as a teenager, kept me on this planet. I struggled with suicidal thoughts and that sort of thing. And just being around them, it's just their presence. They just bring something to you. And as an adult struggling with dissociation, horses are very present animals. And so they call you to the present. And I have a mare with a lot of attitude. And if I'm
I had her half brother, who you will learn about.
Lots of attitude. And so if I'm having a day, I'm distracted and thinking about work, all the things I have to do, she will literally pull me into the moment, whether by being naughty, and she's a great horse.
Can we tell the details of how she pulls you into
the moment? I think we should share
because I feel like her showing you her backside every time. Never actually
it's kind of like a bite in the butt.
Yes. Yeah, she has lots of, like I said, lots of attitude. But I will come into her space and she almost she won't allow me into that space until I literally come back and I'm present with her. And then she's like, "You're with me. Okay, now we can do something." But yeah, she has tried to threaten to kick me. She has, she does like to bite.
She's never actually kicked her.
She never has. Not in 10 years.
It's
not
like
10 years. But she,
yeah.
lots of, she has nibbled my butt a few times. But it's more jealousy now because she has a
We
brother.
didn't plan this, guys. We did not plan this, I swear.
Just, and then you see them riding, like, honestly, she'll like, either like her canter all of a sudden will be really fast, or her trot, or she just won't go. And then because again, I'm not paying attention to her, I'm worrying about my life. So, but you said about healing, and I think I didn't realize. So I would go to church quite often on Sundays, and I was at a church. Everybody's having babies, like everybody's having babies. My God, what is going on here? And I would cry at least once a month, and I really like deep pain of longing. And I think I'd been riding her for about a month, and I was at church and somebody had a baby, and I was so happy for them. And I realized, oh my goodness, like that pain isn't there. And it just I didn't have my own horse at the time, but I bonded with some of the lesson horses, and it was just spending that time with them. They listen, they call you, when I grew up, I didn't have a voice, and they gave me a voice because they would listen and just be with you, and just their nudges, or they know, and it's like they just lean into you, and it's kind of something like their spirit and their presence that just calls you and heals you. But it's like it's an ongoing journey. That was that big pain, which I don't feel anymore. But there's been many things since then that they've now brought healing in my life for.
Because I'm going to come back to this because it's me.
Yes,
and everybody knows. Well,
I know
everybody knows me. When you get to know me, you'll understand this. So after you had this moment where you realized that trigger, that pain wasn't sitting in your heart space anymore, how did the horses inspire your next move? How did they walk you forward? How did that healing transmute life?
Well, they've done so much. So that was just kind of the starting of the journey. But what they've done, I've always been scared. It's kind of funny because I tend to be very gregarious and outgoing, but I'm actually been scared to sometimes speak my truth. And what they have done between a combination of my coach for 11 years and my mare and now my gelding, but they've really caused me, like I've had to almost conquer the fear of that. And whether it's through like the strength they give you just to walk in that, I'm trying to find the words to describe what they actually do. But it's almost like that strength you have to make them do what you want and really like work with them. You have to have that in your life. And so there'll be days I go to when I used to run restaurants and like, all this stuff is going on. I'm like, it's fine. None of this scares me. I own a mare. I can do this.
Every mare owner says that.
Every mare owner in the world knows exactly what you mean right now.
When I got Mia, like the horse I've had for 10 years, she's my comfort horse. 10 years ago, that chick scared me. I would have to lunge her or let her run first. Like she had so much energy. I took her to a show. I had to do circles for 5 minutes because she wouldn't stop. But through that, like literally I had to be strong. I couldn't just be like, passive Rebeckah didn't say anything. I had to be strong. And so the Rebeckah that I am today, like I almost kind of worked into my namesake in a sense. They were asking me how I spell my name, Rebeckah with an H, like the strength. And the horses, it stands for horses. Who knew?
Right?
I just thought of that. Really brought the strength. So I would never run a restaurant the way I ran it before horses and after horses. I'm a better wife because of it, because now I speak my truth. Because horses, like they pull that out of you, but just really the strength. Now that I have a gelding that I'm training, I'm like, you don't scare me. I'm wearing sticky breeches and I got tenacity. So that is my like go-to. I'm like, the day's rough.
With sticky breeches, you can conquer anything.
Sticky breeches on, nothing's getting me down today.
Please knock on some wood.
Yeah, seriously.
No horse rider ever says
Never
that.
jinx yourself. It's
No.
terrible.
I say that too often. So sticky breeches. I'm still wearing sticky breeches, but he's much better now. We're much better
He's
now.
lovely.
We're much better now.
Well, it's been a total pleasure to watch you grow through this process and be so a part of this process with you. Like I've coached you for 11 years now and seen you through both of these horses. And just like the person you started when you came here, you were quiet and shy and reserved and you would barely even request a horse you wanted to ride. And then just like seeing your evolution and finding your voice and finding your power has been like just an incredible thing to witness.
Yeah, that's what it is. Finding your power. Horses, they definitely help you find your power.
They
My
sure
poor
do.
husband,
He started with like this quiet, nice wife, and now she's like, let's go.
I had long blonde hair. I wore navy one-length dresses, and I wasn't Mennonite, but I kind of looked it. And now, I am not that person.
She's grown into herself.
Yeah, grown into my name, grown into the barn, and I wouldn't ask for anything else.
So, because I've been a part of this journey for the
Mhm.
last 11 years
Yes.
as well, what are some things that after connecting with horses and finding that adult connection with them has changed in your life? Outside of finding your power, what else did you find?
Yeah, so since I came to the barn, found out I was an author. So I've now written books that were all like really, I'll go for a ride and I'll say, Kat, I'm like, I've got another idea for my book. Oh my goodness, I've got an idea for poems. It just opened up the whole creative brain that I have that I didn't know I had.
There's like a poem about almost every horse she's
There
ever written.
is.
And it's awesome.
There's
They're
a book
so great.
about all of the
Yeah,
journey.
it's got to
Yeah,
come
just
out
coming
soon,
out
guys. Coming out
actually.
soon.
Yeah, but it was literally this. So they not only inspire, but they, and again, it's kind of like magic voodoo. It
That's
is.
a great way to describe
It is
it.
kind of like Jen, magic voodoo.
So there it is.
and
There's
that's-
the
I
truth
got it.
right
We've been
there.
holding it back so you guys get to episode 2 where we interview Jim, but now you know
Magic voodoo.
witchcraft.
Yeah.
I say that to her all the
But it
time.
works.
But you cannot
Witchcraft.
burn me on a
It
stake.
works. It works.
Basically, she's Harry Potter, but she doesn't have
Harry
like
Potter
a wand.
fast.
She's got a horse.
A prop. Yeah. Harry
And a
Potter's
voice.
prop.
And a voice.
Definitely lightning. Just saying.
Really excited for episode 2 where we get to interview her, guys. Just wait.
But I find I'll be having like a kind of a normal day and I'll go for a ride and I'll come host and it's even worse when cats are around. I'm like, oh my goodness, okay, we should do this, we should do this. I've got this idea and how do we do this? Like I literally have pages in my phone that I just record things because I had too many ideas. But they just draw it out of you. And if I don't ride, there's one day, so I still sometimes struggle with having to be perfect and having to, if I do something wrong, I'm gonna be burned at the stake sort of thing. So working through that, Thanks, Jen. But I'll have days where I'm like thinking I'm going to be in trouble, and I don't ride on those days, and it's just not a great day. I'm not successful. I'm not me. I'm not who I am today. But then yesterday I started my day on my horse. It was incredible. It was a long day, but I'm like, I owned the day. But I started on horseback because they called me into the present. They reminded me I was strong. They reminded me I could do anything I want to. And then they inspire. It's like they unlock the creative energy in my soul.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for being a part of our very first podcast. We're so excited to share this with everybody and share the incredible journey that horses are for all of us, and give everyone an opportunity to find that space as well.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And we'll have you on again.
Oh,
100%.
100%.
More to tell.
We'll deepen.
There is. We're going to go. This is just the
It's just
beginning.
a purpose.